The Joseph Series, Story Number 1. God gives Joseph dreams. Taken from Genesis chapter 37, verses 1 through 11. This is the first of 13 stories from the life of Joseph, the firstborn son of Jacob's favorite wife, Rachel. Rachel waited many years to have a child. In fact, both Rachel and her sister Leah competed for Jacob's affection. The competition became so intense that both of the sisters gave their handmaidens to Jacob as concubines, a woman who bore children for the wife as a surrogate, just as Sarah gave her maid Hagar to Abraham. Leah's maid Zilpah had 2 sons, Gad and Asher, and Rachel's maid Bilhah also had 2 sons, Dan and Naphtali. After leaving Bethel, Jacob's family continued traveling south toward Hebron, where Isaac is still living. Rachel is pregnant and goes into labor when they are near the town of Bethlehem. Tragically, Rachel dies after giving birth to Joseph's brother, Benjamin. Some time after Jacob and his family arrive in Hebron, Joseph's grandfather, Isaac, also dies. Unfortunately, the rivalry and bitterness between the wives has caused strife and division between the brothers as well. And the special love that Jacob now has for Rachel's oldest son divides the family even further. And that is where this story begins. Jacob lived in the land where his father Isaac had lived, in the land of Canaan. These are the generations of Jacob. When his son Joseph was 17 years old, he was pasturing his father's sheep with his brothers. Although just a boy, Joseph was working with Gad, Asher, Dan, and Naphtali, the sons of his father's wives Bilhah and Zilpah. And Joseph brought a bad report about them to his father. Now Israel loved Joseph more than any of his other sons, because Joseph was the son born to him in his old age. And Jacob had a multicolored robe made for Joseph that he gave to him. But when Joseph's brothers saw that their father loved him more than them, they hated him and would not speak a kind word to him. Now Joseph dreamed a dream, and when he told it to his brothers, they hated him even more. Joseph said to his brothers, "Listen to this dream that I dreamed. Behold, all of us were tying up sheaves of grain out in the field. And as I watched, my sheaf got up and stood to its feet, and then all of your sheaves gathered around it and bowed down to my sheaf." And his brothers said to Joseph, "So, you actually think that you are going to be a king and rule over all of us?" So Joseph's brothers hated him even more, not only because of his dreams, but because of what he said. Then Joseph dreamed another dream, and told this one to his brothers as well. And Joseph said, "Listen, I have dreamed another dream. As I watched, the sun, the moon, and 11 stars were all bowing down to me." But this time Joseph told the dream to his father as well as his brothers. And Jacob rebuked Joseph and said to him, "What is this dream supposed to mean? Do you actually think that your mother and I and all your brothers are going to put our faces to the ground and bow down to you?" And his brothers were jealous of him. But his father kept what Joseph said in the back of his mind. The Joseph Series, Story Number 1. God gives Joseph dreams. Taken from Genesis chapter 37, verses 1 through 11.